Hi guys, I'm Amy from Rebel Nutrition, and today I'm going to be talking about how I became a nutritionist, specifically how I became a nutritional therapy practitioner, my thoughts and experiences with the Nutritional Therapy Association, and I'll also be answering some of the most common questions I get about going through the program. But be sure to stay until the end because I've created a free download for you guys called What You Should Know Before Becoming a Nutritional Therapy Practitioner. And these are things that you're not gonna wanna miss because it's everything I wish I would have known. So how did I become a nutritional therapy practitioner? Well, I attended the Nutritional Therapy Practitioner Program through the Nutritional Therapy Association, which is a 9-month, mostly online course that takes you through everything you need to know about supporting the body through real whole food nutrition. The NTP program also has 3 in-person workshop weekends that are required and which I attended at the Denver, Colorado venue. So before I get into specifics, let me first start by saying that I freaking loved this program. So I went back and forth on this investment for a while because I honestly did not have the money to do it at the time. But I also knew that if I didn't do it, I would definitely have regrets. And I'm honestly so glad that I went through with it and I ended up putting it on a credit card because it was basically the catalyst for me to start my business, which now is completely online and I take with me wherever I go, which was always my ultimate dream. So the reason I chose the NTA over similar programs like the Institute of Integrative Nutrition was that I felt like it was the perfect combination of real food nutrition and anatomy and physiology. Enough to where I felt like I had a complete understanding of each of the different systems in the body, different organs, how different foods can harm or hurt the body, vitamins and minerals, digestion, blood sugar regulation, detoxification, mineral balance, and a whole lot more. And I actually had enrolled at IIN a few months prior, but after a few weeks of that course content, I felt like it was a little light on the science end of things and really talked more about different diets rather than what is actually going on inside the body. Also, IIN's nutritional recommendations to me swayed more toward the plant-based style of eating, whereas the NTA is closer to a paleo or ancestral style template, which is definitely more aligned with what I believe to be true about nutrition. But keep in mind that I didn't go through the entire IIN program, so these were just my initial reactions and gut feelings about it. But I followed my gut nonetheless and withdrew from that program, and honestly, I'm really glad that I did because even within a few days of starting the NTA program, I definitely knew it was the right decision. Also, despite the fact that the NTA curriculum, like I said, was more science forward than IIN, it was still doable for me, somebody who definitely does not have an anatomy, physiology, or even science background whatsoever. So I was also working full-time while I went through the program, so I would say that it is totally doable for anyone who is looking to juggle the program with a full-time job. And on average, I probably spent 5 to 15 hours a week completing the video lectures, required readings, writing assignments, etc. And how I juggled the program with a full-time job and starting my blog and business on the side is that I would dedicate my weekend days to studying, and then over the holidays or course breaks, I would try to work really far ahead so that I never had to cram or pull all-nighters. Plus, if you're somebody like me who's super interested in nutrition, you are going to love the course content. I actually looked forward to studying because I thought it was so interesting and I was never like that in college ever. I also felt like by the end of my training, I definitely had the tools I needed to start working with clients, including the intake forms and software, which was super helpful. Now, for one area that I think the NTA was lacking was the feeling of, okay, now how do I turn all of this knowledge into a business that actually makes money? And I really observed this same feeling with pretty much everyone who graduated with me. It was kind of like we all had this new knowledge, but then we're all just paralyzed because we didn't know what to do with it. So of course, you can always try to get hired in something like a chiropractic office or a naturopathic office or even an acupuncture clinic. But not everybody wants to work in an office setting, at least I didn't. I wanted the freedom to be able to see clients online and work from my pajamas, which is actually why I created the Digital Nomad Nutritionist course that I'll link to below this video. but really none of the information that I provide in my course was part of the NTA curriculum. So I ended up having to figure it all out myself, which in the end I'm super thankful for because now I've turned it into my own online course. Okay, so now that I've told you guys how I became an NTP and what you can expect if you go through the program, be sure to download my free cheat sheet called What You Need to Know Before Becoming an NTP, because I talk about a few of the things I didn't mention on this video that I really truly wish I would have known before enrolling. Also, if you guys have more questions about the NTA program, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye!